What's going on, Skill Army? Mr. Skillman, back to you again. Hey, just wanted to come in here and get something off like I always do. So, in increasing my horsemanship skills, developing my relationship with my horse, and learning some things about him as far as his behavior and skill set and how broken he is, though he comes from a great background and a great stock of horses and is quite broken, I found that he is quite impatient and likes to paw a lot and things of that nature. Just doesn't like to stand still like he should. So what I'm gonna do is build a patience pole. I was looking online and things of that nature, and the patience pole, they can range just from the swivel, just from the swivel on top. They can range from 150 to like $250, and the entire setup can be upwards of $1,000. Like I've seen some for even $1,500. And when you really look at the mechanism, it's quite simple. It's like some type of strong swivel with a short arm and a chain attached. Here at Skillman's Post, we like to build stuff. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to be building a patience pole. I'm going to use a nice sized telephone pole, piece that I have still left in some of my materials, and I am going to sink that in the ground with some concrete, maybe to be 7-8 foot tall overall. Make it in a nice little area inside this paddock, and use some materials that I found at Harbor Freight, Tractor Supply, and some stuff that I have hanging around posts, and we're going to build a patience pole. Stay tuned. It's a new day. Started working on the patience pole. It went in very good. Got it plumbed and level. It's nice and solid in the ground. This is actually like a piece of a telephone pole, so I personally don't think you're gonna get a better pole than that. What I usually like to do on my growing farm is, anytime I get a chance to grab some type of usable materials, and I kind of start stockpiling that stuff and putting it in various places on the property, so that no matter where I'm at, I want my inventory to almost be, to be self-sufficient to the point where when I start building new structures and I want to, have something like a patience pole to build myself, I have those materials on deck. So but yeah, I got the post sitting up. These are usually grooved up, treated very well. It was laying in the, over on the stack, and the top is perfect, but it's got like some grooves down in the wood a few inches, and that doesn't make for a great base. So I'm gonna take a few inches off the top so it'll smooth it out really good with the chainsaw. Materials over here, just a couple things, because I want to kind of grade out and rake out the area, and I'm gonna kind of mix a little graded out area with some concrete and kind of give it a little substance. I'm sure he might paw it or walk it out, but it'll give me a nice area, and we'll see, and I'll kind of build on it from there. But I think the top of it is going to be outstanding. Let me show you what I got here. Went to Harbor Freight and got basically, I'm sorry, was it Tractor Supply? I think it may have been Tractor Supply, but I basically took like a heavy duty wheel caster, which has a swivel base. It's got a really awesome swivel base, right? And this thing's heavy duty. It says like 900 pounds. I figure like it being on top of the pole and that being super solid and whatever, it'll work fine. Then what I found was this pulley thing. I actually had this in an old box, and it comes with a bolt that goes through it. So I removed its bolt, and it was the perfect size. Then I refitted this bolt through the pulley, which also had a swivel link at the beginning and a hook. So I think I'm set up there, and it pretty much looks like a crane arm. Looks just like a crane arm. And with this mechanism here and this, it gives me about the approximate length and kind of coming out from the post that I saw online did. So I figure you don't need that much clearance. I think it'll be perfect. I've got some very long lag bolts. All right, well, we're gonna fasten it down to the top of the post with. All right, so I got some, let's see here, some 5-inch or so lag bolts with some washers and whatnot. I'm gonna fasten that thing down to the top. And I think it should be sufficient. If not, trial and error. You know, I don't doubt the pole will still go anywhere, but we'll see. I also got a chain, and I'll make sure that's to length. Put the appropriate loops and whatnot on there, links to, you know, be able to attach it to Knox, and we'll go from there. Let's see what happens. So stay tuned. So I think that'll do it as far as the height. I don't want it any lower. I kind of was liking the height on it, but I think that'll still do it. And don't have to be too tall. That's still right about almost 8 feet, I guess, because I'm 6 foot. Hold on. Yeah, so that's every bit of 8 foot. I think that'll work just freaking fine. I've seen some almost just as tall as horse. I think that'll do it. So the top of my pole has a few more deeper like hollows in it than I like. I can get 2 screws in there really good, one halfway good, and the other is not so good. So went ahead and cut like a little circular piece of wood, and I'm gonna attach that to the top with multiple other types of lag screws and some of the better wood that I have, and then that should be plenty to fasten it with the other bolts in the other spaces. So let's get to it. Just make it easy, lay it across your body. Just gonna use us a nice solid D-ring. I feel like this should be sufficient to hold them. There we go. Ain't going nowhere.